If you have a difficult time building relationship with students, especially students with difficult behavior, then this video is for you. In this video, I'm going to talk about how I've built relationship with students, especially students with difficult behavior. And I'm going to first start by talking about the type of relationship that you want to build with your students. Now, what you don't want to do is build this relationship where you guys are friends. You're not trying to have another friend. You're not trying to be on the same level with your students, because what happens is when you have to make a hard ask, when you have to have your students sit down, do their work, something like that, they're going to look at you funny. They're going to be like, you know what? I thought we were friends. I thought we were on the same level. Now you're asking me to sit down and do my work when we were just chopping up and joking and having a good time, and you're asking me to be quiet? No, I'm not going to do that. So you don't want to blur this line. What you want to do is build a positive, respectful, and supportive type of relationship with your students, right? Now, how do you do that? What's worked for me is doing these three things. And the first thing is you want to keep safety in your classroom. If students don't feel safe in your classroom, then they can't learn. They can't focus. If their focus, their energy is on, I need to keep my physical body safe in this classroom because somebody might beat me up in this classroom. I can't express my opinions in this classroom because if I express my opinions in this classroom, somebody's gonna make fun of it. And so I can't be myself in this classroom, right? So what you wanna do is you wanna establish safety in your classroom so that students can learn, right? And the way you do that is by establishing your rules and procedures and making sure that they're crystal clear, and then you practice them over and over and over again, right? Stuff like how students enter the room, how they exit the room, if they have to ask to use the restroom, or if they have to ask to get water or go see the nurse, right? What's the procedure? What's the rule with that? What's the rule about movement in the classroom? Like, what's the morning routine, right? These things need to be established, and then they need to be practiced over and over and over again, right? And you want to hold them to a high academic and behavioral standard, right? So you want to make sure that safety is established this way, okay? The next thing you want to do is you want to demonstrate love in the classroom, like the biblical type of love. Like love is patient. You want to be patient with your students. Love is kind. You want to be kind to your students. Love doesn't hold grudges. You want to not hold grudges. It's a new day the next day, right? You want to make sure that your students feel like this is their home away from home, right? They feel cared for and loved in the classroom, right? Because when you feel like, let's just take you as an educator. When you feel like your administrator, your out of classroom staff really cares about you, like they have your best interest in mind, you're more motivated to work, right? But when you feel like, my boss doesn't have my best interest in mind, then you're less motivated, right? And it's the same with the students. You want to make them feel safe. You want to make them feel loved and cared for, right? And then the last thing you want to do is you want to boost up your students' self-esteem, right? Especially the students with the most difficult behavior, because there's not too many people telling them they did a good job. There's not too many people boosting up their self-esteem, because most likely the interactions they've had with adults has been negative. And so you want to make sure that when you see your students making progress, celebrate that. They don't have to be perfect. They just have to make progress. When they went from a 67 on a math test to like a 73, it's progress. Celebrate progress. Celebrate their wins. When a student would normally get upset and then crash out and flip a desk, and all they did was just get upset, that's a win. That's a win, right? When a student would, somebody would say something to a student and then they'd flip out and just leave the classroom, and this time they just got mad and maybe knocked over a notebook, but they didn't leave the classroom, and the behavior was a little bit better, celebrate it, right? Find a time to point it out, like, I like how you handled this situation this time, because in the past you would have flipped this desk over, you would have knocked that chair over, you would have stormed out the classroom, and you wouldn't even return. This time you got upset, you knocked over your book, but then you're able to come back to the lesson. So good job. What you want to do is you want to celebrate their wins, whatever their wins are. You're celebrating progress, not perfection, right? Because perfection. Nobody can reach perfection, but they can show progress. If you do those three things, right? Keep safety, demonstrate love, boost up their self-esteem. What that does is it builds this relationship bank account to where when you have to make an ask of your students, they're more likely to comply, right? They're more likely to be like, Mr. cares about me. He has his best interest. He has his best interest. He has my best interest in mind. I think I'm gonna go ahead and listen to what he has to say. It's the same like us, right? When we feel like our administration has our best interest in mind, we're more likely to be like, okay, I can see where they care about me. I'll go ahead and do it, right? It's the same with the students. Now, if you do those things, right, again, keep safety, demonstrate love, boost up their self-esteem, then the relationship will be better in the classroom. You will have less behavioral problems in the classroom. And this doesn't come easy because relationships in general are hard to build, right? So this takes time. This is not going to be the first week and they're going to just listen. This is going to be weeks after week after week, maybe months up, maybe all the way up until the second semester, right? But if you build this type of relationship with your students, right? One that's not where you guys are friends, where you guys are on the same level, where you guys are peers, but one that's positive, respectful, and supportive, then you're gonna have a good year. The year's gonna go well for you, right? You're gonna make it. So do these things, try these things. Let me know how it went for you. If you watched this video, let me know how it went for you. Write something in the comments. Let me know if this actually works, right? It might not work. I wanna hear what you guys have to say. So try it, don't knock it until you try it. Put in the comments how it went for you, all right? You guys have a great year. I'm on my way to the gym now. I made this short video right here in downtown LA for you guys, right? So you guys have a great Saturday. I'll see you guys soon.